So I was just literally sitting down in my bedroom, thinking of things to do, things that I was able to do, but just for some reason I didn't manage. I was not managing to do. So my question was why I was not able to do that, and it basically goes onto a very little thing that I had learned throughout my time in being there as well, and also from my time of working with other people as well on these things. Um, there are a few things that I have seen that can work, and one of them is that where I'm putting my focus is where my energy is going. So focus, then that is where my energy goes, and then hence that's the action that I take. And then after that, as a result. If I focus all the time on like ways that I can actually do something rather than doing it and seeing if what I can experience, then I'm actually losing time. I'm actually missing time for that thing. And you see, for example, now I started to write this way, whereas I could have started to write here, and then you could have seen it a lot better. But just because I didn't manage to do it, then you are not able to see it properly, and that is my fault in a way. But that is a small thing, to be honest. I'm looking at the focus my energy in what do I want to achieve. So basically, when we want to get the result, we need to look backwards. It is what they usually call reverse engineering something. So basically, you go from the result, you map what result do you want to achieve, then you map what options you need to be achieving, then you match to what energy you need to be at, and then you also match your focus. So you match what you want to focus on. So we actively decide what we want to focus on to achieve that result that we want to achieve. We just not only ignore certain things because we all ignore things. We all decide not to look this way because that way whatever, or we look this way and we think that's the problem, but then we are also not able to put into that perception that there is something else behind. So when we look at that thing, we're completely ignoring the other one. So we all ignore things. I was just trying to deconstruct that argument that, oh, but you're ignoring things. Why are you ignoring things? And what I mean with that is when people, for example, you're trying to achieve something, but then they'll tell you, oh, but you need to know about the news. Oh, but you need to know about this thing and that, and what happened yesterday. Oh, and did you see this? Oh, and Teresa Maria has done that or this, and oh no. And basically you get your focus out anywhere but where you actually want to be. And I think that is the major problem, and that is our biggest problem for this generation, to keep a maximum focus on what we want to achieve. And that's the hardest part of us, because today we're just drawn into so many attention seeking devices, attention seeking persons, attention seeking systems, that they take away all of actions and all of energy, that they take away our result. So what I wanted to show you is that we need to be putting boundaries towards our focus, so we can actually allow ourselves to get the result that we want to achieve by the end of the day. Because if we don't have that, then we are just not achieving anything. So when I started my degree, I had the focus on this result. I had all these things, and the result was to grab that degree, that English degree, that United Kingdom degree, that London degree, that has been so desired by so many people and so idealized to be the best thing you can ever do with your life. And to be honest, I don't think that is the best thing you can do with your time, but I think that will go for another video. Okay, for now on, what I want to focus on is to explain you this story, basically, that I wanted to achieve this degree because is what I wanted to achieve for myself. I wanted to challenge myself to be able to do something like that, but then it's probably not something that I decided to do. I decided to accomplish as my personal purpose, let's call it. Okay, it was something that it was almost implanted onto my brain, something that I had to do, something that I had to direct all my energy to be able to have meaning, to be able to allow myself to proclaim that I'm doing something of meaning, because we are meaning creatures looking to have meaning in this world. We are not only creatures that just want to live and survive and just eat and sleep, which we do, but that's not only what we want to do. We will also want to have a meaning in our lives. We also want to go on holidays, let's say, to have a meaningful life, to enjoy ourselves, to really discover life, you see. And we're just falling for this trap of flying and showing other cultures, whereas the reality is we can see so many adventures, we can see so many things if we actually look more inside of us and we actually look for those things around us. But we are so focused on trying to validate ourselves towards others that we need to say, well, oh yeah, I went to Bali, or I went to Thailand, or yes, I went to Mallorca. Really good place to go, by the way. And to be honest, what we need to be focusing on is liking ourselves, enjoying more of ourselves, and experiencing more our life rather than anybody else's life that we see on Instagram, on Facebook, that we see on the TVs, that we see on the magazines, that they sell to us, that they earn money from us, that they take energy from us, and they take all money from us, and we are always looking to that thing. That's kind of like a rant as well, I'm guessing. But I think we just need to be more clear on what we want, and for that, then we need to find what we actually are, and what we actually triggers of emotions, triggers of deepest kind of dreams, because that's actually what makes us full of empowerment and full of a meaningful life. So going back to the topic of receiving this degree, I put all my focus in how to achieve it. So my journey started 5 years ago when I was just finishing my A levels, and I was still not sure what to do. But then I found out about this degree, and I said, like, you know what, that's the degree that I want, because it has cancer, it has machines. It involves also the patient care, and I was like, oh, that's the perfect job. That's really, really, really what I like. Well, yeah, so I went for it. And then, but if I wanted to be there, then I had to go to a foundation year, because I didn't know about clearing, I didn't know about adjustment, I didn't know about those things. And that actually created one of my jobs that I did for a while, which was educating people on education, basically. So how to get the best universities and the best courses. So I was telling them these other courses that are available depending on their characteristics and stuff. I from time to time get some requests, but I usually refer them to all the people that is working on those things full time nowadays. So going back to it, so then I had to focus on that. I had to be like, this is what I want, and I had to fight, because actually from the beginning I found a person that was like, no, but that was an advisor from my college that was telling me that career is very hard, it's very competitive, you already got some other offers from other places, why don't you just go for those things instead? And and I'm really glad I didn't listen. I'm really glad I just listened to what I wanted to do rather than what someone else did. And that reminded me right now of how people can tell you whatever they want, but to be honest, you are the only one that is going to suffer those consequences. Okay, and I want to put the negative side, because I think it's very important that we understand that every action that we take is going to have a negative consequence and a positive, of course. But we need to always be mindful of those negative consequences, and how much they can cost in terms of health, time, and also connection. So I always think that looking at the positive is a great thing to do, but looking at the negatives as well is a great way of doing that. And in fact, if I keep going deep on that, Tim Ferriss always says, instead of you choosing your life goals, choose what happens if you don't get to those goals. You see, so we are pushed by fear. Our body is constantly trying to tell us that we are fearful, that we're trying to run away from survival. We're trying to run from being judged, from being too much exposed, because we are just humans and we're just trying to survive basically at the end of the day. But we deserve to do more than just survive. We deserve to enjoy our lives to a point that we are completely fulfilled and we completely align with what we want to achieve in our lives, because we only have one, to be honest. So we need to do something about it. We need to enjoy as much as possible, like Gary Vee says, and which is much patient, which he also says as well. So yeah, so basically that was the topic. Basically, I wanted to show you that with this focus, energy, action, and result, we can achieve so many things, and no matter how many people tell us we cannot achieve it, we cannot do it, we need to be progressively pushing and determined to achieve what we want, because no one else will live with consequences of that, of choosing that or not, or from that not happening. So we need to be very aware of that. Okay, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I keep making this. To be honest, I want to keep making this, so I will be doing this a lot more, and I will be just telling my thoughts a bit more to everybody here that wants to listen to me. So I hope you have a great day. And something else that I want you to do is I want you to comment on this video, please. I want you to tell me what your thoughts are, what I'm telling you, because to be honest, there's no bigger gift to anybody that's trying to make a video than someone who comments about it, or someone who says, well, I felt this, or I felt that, or you remind me of this, or you know what, because of this I'm gonna do that. And I think that's usually what the best comments, and actually I feel really good as well. And so if you want to give me a view of an ego boost, then I'll be glad as well. So thank you very much for being listening, and I hope you have a great day then. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and everything that you know you have to do. Thank you.